Hello there. Today I'm going to be taking you all over England to have a look at what the VW community has to offer you. We're going to be interviewing some people, going to some pub meets and going to some festivals too. Let's start there. We're going to start here in Volksworld, one of the biggest VW festivals held here in England, or more specifically in Sandown Park. Now, let's go inside. There are thousands of VWs that have come from all over the country to be here today. Buses, Beetles, Calm Gears, Type 3s and many more, as I'm sure you can see. There are also some very special vehicles at Volkswagen. These few vehicles are rare and famous for various different reasons. Let's take a look at some now. There is the Oklahoma Willie, a rocket-powered bus. It can do 120 miles per hour down the Santa Pod drag strip. That's definitely too quick for a camping trip. The booster itself produces 5,000 brake horsepower and is one hell of a machine. Some of the other special vehicles of Volkswagen are restorations that have been polished off to the last screw, and some of them are famous movie vehicles, like Herbie. Amongst the cars, there's also a load of stalls where you can get different parts and accessories for the various VWs out there. If you look hard enough, you can even find the rarest parts. There are also some professional companies at the festival, like Custom Commercial, Limebug, and many others.
I've been running the business about 12 years or so. We import Volkswagen parts.
The business has now been going for 9 years. We started Midland Early Bay, love of Early Bay Volkswagens.
Yeah, anything you can cut a camper van into, it's usually sellable.
And we started off by importing vehicles from America, and over time the business has changed.
Yeah, we've got all the bits and bobs laid out, mostly bus stuff, not so much Beetle, but mostly the Type 2 bay window and split screen parts.
About 3 years ago we became the UK agent for the French Slammer range of low-rim products that's made by Vintage Auto House in France.
At Volksworld, we've been doing this show for about 6 or 7 years. We do a lot of shows throughout the UK.
At the festival, there are also a few charities scattered around the place trying to promote their cause to the brilliant community that resides here. We've looked at one of the biggest VW festivals in England. Now let's look at something closer to home. So here we are at Stamford Hall, another massive VW festival. It's been running consecutively for 42 years and is still running today. Let's go have a look around, shall we? As you can see, there are hundreds of vehicles that come here, just like Volkswagen. There's Calm Gears, buses, Beetles, you name it, it's here. And why don't we go look at a few of them? The community here is friendly as ever. You can talk to anyone and they will tell you everything about their cars, or just help you out. This festival has the most VWs I've ever seen in one place before, so you can tell the community is thriving here.
Got myself a super scarce Volkswagen 182 called a Trekker, or in the States called a Thing. Some people think they're pretty, some people think they're not, but they're super cool. Roof down, roof screen down, take the doors off. Instead of just having the usual kind of van or Beetle. Again, something just crazy as well.
There are so many stalls here at Stamford Hall. You can get that one part you need for your Beetle or new suspension for your bus. Old parts, new parts, T3 parts, camper parts, it's all here. You just have to look. There are a few charities around Stamford Hall too, supporting the festival while helping those in need. But a quick look at Stamford Hall. Now it's time to get social with a social club meet. So here we are at the Sprowston Social Club. Let's go have a look around and talk to the locals. There are various pub and social club meets around the UK. You can meet with other enthusiasts, talk the night away with your pals, and take a good look at your pride and joy while enjoying a cold beer.
I picked a VW because when I was about 17, even 16, 17, I went to Santa Pod, which hosted a very big Volkswagen event at that time, which was called Bug Jam.
Got invited on a date to go to Santa Pod, went there for the weekend. Unbeknown to me, had my sister was also there.
I was absolutely amazed by the amount of Volkswagens that were there, and I've always liked Beetles, so that was my mission then to get a Beetle.
So after that was just like, oh, you know, this is a good thing to get into.
Which I did about a year later as my first car.
Came home and I think I was looking around at Beetles and campers and different things, and the one car that I did like was the VW Fastback, and that was the car I decided that I was going to get.
My favourite Volkswagen out of them all would be my original 1967 Beetle, because I had it for quite a long time. It kind of grew up with me, so I've got so many memories of driving around in it.
I think so. This is a nice club. Renegades is a good club. I think there's so many people, you know, that you can contact. You get your local clubs, but then you get sort of like your Type 3 clubs.
Take it to France, breaking down in France. Mainly lots of breaking down memories, but they're all, breaking down was always a funny event, and always, breaking down in Volkswagen is always positive.
But now you've got the internet. I mean, you've got the whole world that's, you know, going to give you advice and give you help. And if you need a part or you need something, you know, there's always someone that knows somewhere where you can buy something from. So, you know, I think it's always pretty good support, really, in the VW world.
This club that we are at tonight is the Renegades, and there's some people that everyone here I didn't know until I started coming along, and now I've known a few people for some years. So it's a great help. We all try and help each other out because we often need help with our cars. And then at the shows, everyone's really friendly. All the local shows, again, you'll bump into people and you see cars you've seen before. It's a really great community.
These guys meet here on the second Wednesday of every month. Your local meet will probably do something similar. There is no official way to know about these meets, but there are many Facebook groups dedicated to such things. You'll have to take a look around and talk to some of the bartenders in your local pubs to find out. VW Calendars is one site you could use to see the upcoming VW festivals in your area. You can come along to any or all of them if you'd like.
We've had a talk to the locals at the Sprowston Social Club. Now let's go and talk to local enthusiasts around Norfolk.
I think I got into VWs from my youth. I used to see them around and used to like them, but obviously now I'm a bit older, can afford one for myself.
Sort of got into the VW scene because it's a bit more laid back. People sort of don't. There's so many modifications that are carried out on the cars. There's no one judges anyone for anything that they've done to their cars. It's all down to their own personal taste, really.
So I originally picked a VW because I got some money left by my granddad, and so I actually bought my first Volkswagen Beetle at 15 years old.
A lot of my brother's friends and things like that, they were all driving around in VWs and Barger Bugs, beach buggies.
Currently own this vehicle, the Type 2 bus. I also own a Tracker.
But yeah, this is the current one, 66 split, which is going alright at the moment. It's the one we use the most, but plenty of projects on the back burner.
As you can see, my current vehicle that I'm restoring is a Volkswagen Tracker. In the US they call it a VW Thing, which I think is quite cool.
Currently 65 Beetle. I've had, as I said, 67, got a 57 Oval, kind of sitting waiting to have something done on it.
Well, since I've owned the bus, I haven't really done any modifications to the engine or the body or anything, although it has been lowered slightly, not as radically as some of them, but really it's mostly the interior that's been personalised by myself and the good wife.
The main modification, I suppose, has been on the interior, with the full refit out of the interior. It's just, you wouldn't see another one the same. It's all unique, it's all handmade, so just to be slightly different, really.
A lot of people, when they have a VW Tracker, they do them in a kind of army style, or a patina, or kind of ratty look, whereas I'm actually doing them as more of a show car.
For the roads around here are just, you know, it's no good really, just can't get anywhere. So I raised the suspension. It had a 6-inch narrow beam on it, which I took off and changed it back to a 2-inch. So just really adjusted the ride height, and then other than that really, not much to this one.
Yeah, the whole VW scene, the community, help each other out basically, so it's all good. Everyone, yeah, tries to help each other.
Within the community, the support's probably pretty good, to be fair. Most people with old VWs will help each other out. I mean, the area that I live in alone, there's a lot of VW owners around here, and if anyone's got any problems, you know, just ping a message across to someone, or if they need a part or something, we all help each other out. We're forever sort of shooting around other people's garages and houses with bits and pieces that might help them out to get them going, because you know that at a later date, when you might need some help, 9 times out of 10 they'll return the favour.
The VW community, I think it's one of those things, it's a very close-knit community. People are always willing to help each other out. You know, I've got a good set of friends that have VWs, and you know, I've got someone here today who's helping me on my Trekker, and I've helped him on his vehicles as well. So it's good from that standpoint. But we also have meets like once a month, and just go and have a drink and catch up on what people are doing to their vehicles.
Most of the guys you speak to on social media and stuff like that, if you've got any questions, and you know, generally if you just ask people, somebody will answer you. You know, so yeah, it's pretty good. It's a pretty good feeling around.
Within the VW scene, everyone's helpful. If you need a bit of knowledge, there's always someone else that has done something that would help you.
So the community itself and the people involved with VWs is pretty good. It's really good. It's very rare that you come across anyone that if you ask for some help, they won't offer it. I'll try and help as many people as I can. Just you know, like I say, you know that in the future you might need some help. So if you help them, they'll help you, hopefully.
So it's a really, really good community. You know, if you see a VW broken down at the side of the road, I guarantee you another VW air-cooled owner will see that and stop to help them out. That's a community that I think is really key.
Of course, the biggest, well, one of the biggest parts of the VW scene is going to VW festivals, or even local groups meet up once or twice a month.
I used to go to a lot of just VW only meets. I've sort of steered away from that a bit now, and I go to general classic car meets to bring a VW presence to them.
So there are quite a few different kind of meetups that we go to. So there's like the sponsored events where we would go to, as I mentioned before, Volksworld and other shows. And that just to give you some ideas as to the type of thing you might want to do to your vehicle.
Yeah, local pub, they have you know, regular car meets down there. So you know, during the summer months we'll shoot down there and grab a beer or something and just chat with other like-minded people. It may not be VWs that necessarily comes up, there may be, you know, there's guys down there with other things, but yeah, just generally like-minded people really.
So yeah, the social side of it is, you know, one of the best sides of it really.
So there you have it. You've had a quick look into the VW community and what it has to offer. Maybe you'll come and join us or get a rust bucket of your own. Either way, I hope you've enjoyed it.